Welcome back as we continue through element 25 of our life book, which is the habit of longevity. And today we're actually going to look at page 499, which really goes back to the habits of health book, which is part 3.1. So that's what we're going to do for today. So Dr. A says that if you look at all the people who have reached 100 years of age, not one of them is obese. And why is that the case? Aging is actually a cellular process that, of course, happens to each and every one of us. And how long we live is directly related to how well we take care of ourselves and our cells. The good news, he shares that this is reversible, that immediate changes can affect your life expectancy in as little as 3 months. That means if you haven't done anything yet today, and you start today with these habits of health that we've been teaching, it'll take just about 3 years for you to enjoy the same health that you would have if you had been practicing them your whole life. All right, that's what he says. So in this book, Dr. A actually shares that insurance actuarial tables, that today's average life expectancy for women is around 80, and for men it's 75. That's the average, meaning that half the population makes it to that age. But he says that by applying the habits of health, you actually have the capability to extend your life by as much as 35% beyond the average. Studies show that an extension of 7 years by just maintaining a normal weight, by not smoking, and by drinking alcohol at moderate levels. All right, so our focus of emotional management, which we've been talking about, stress reduction, and healthy sleep can all potentially help us to live longer too. Dr. A goes into discussing our cells in this book, the telomeres and the mitochondria, as well as the production of oxidative free radicals. Here's a mouthful. And they can create inflammation and cellular damage. He goes on to say that there is a lot we can do to improve the efficiency of our mitochondria through exercise and nutrients like CoQ10. And as we begin to slow down the damage, that can be done by choosing healthy antioxidant foods and decreasing the production of the free radicals. Dr. A goes on in this book to share studies about the advantages of a calorie-restricted diet. He goes on really into the lives of those who live to the triple digits. They're called centurions. And he said scientists, they're actually obsessed with finding out why the super old can thrive long past many of their peers who've really succumbed to these ravages of degenerative diseases. They did a study in Japan, and along with that, they had plenty of physical and mental exercises. And these elders that have reached these crazy goals, they actually had diets that were low in fat, low in salt. They had double the amounts of soy consumed by the average Japanese person. They had diets that were high in fiber and antioxidant-rich fruits and vegetables. They exhibited tremendous mental clarity and had a very low incidence of dementia, possibly due to their diet that was high in vitamin E, which is a productive antioxidant or protective antioxidant. A more likely reason, per Dr. A in this book and the scientists, is that they found that they enjoyed a strong sense of meaning and belonging and purpose. And it's not just Japan, there are other countries as well. And he goes into that in this book. I just thought it was way too much to bring here to this. But in the US, studies have found that centurions have strong coping skills, and really that may be the integral part of their longevity. They exhibit dominant personalities, and they are not easily pushed around. They're practical rather than idealistic, but they're also relaxed. So sometimes, with these strong personalities, like, I don't know, I guess I think of they're bullies, but that really isn't the case. He said that they actually remain very flexible once they understand a situation, and their personality traits lend themselves to have high levels of cognition and skills at problem solving and learning. And actually, that from a scientific perspective creates more blood flow to the brain and continued neural stimulation and growth. They also enjoy a strong social support system, and they're closely connected to their families or to their helper and confidant, who they continue to replace as they outlive the others. And you may be asking, why live longer? Well, Dr. A says, because there's never been a more exciting time than now to be alive. But it's up to you. It's up to you to take control of your health and your life. Harness technology, but put it in its proper place as your servant, not your master. And he said that if we need to get busy living, or we're going to get busy dying. All right. So that's where we're going to end it today. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the blue zones. All right. So tune in. Thank you for joining me as we move through element 25 of your life book. Please feel free, like, comment, share the post, hop on over to the YouTube channel called Healthy and Vibrant. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.